Developing now, an Atlanta mother is facing murder charges. Police say she intentionally gave her 2-month-old alcohol. 37-year-old Marilyn Colon waived her first appearance and will not be granted bond. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live now in Northwest Atlanta. And Michael, you spoke with the local mother who was just shocked to hear about this.
George, the allegations that are in the affidavit are just horrific. You know, we were out here today talking to neighbors and we met a mother who was just heartbroken over what police say unfolded here at this apartment complex.
It's not necessary to cause harm to anybody, let alone your children.
As 37-year-old Omarilyn Colon prepares to spend her second night behind bars, concerned parents like Zandra Wilkerson say they're struggling to comprehend how a mother could be accused of such a horrific crime. Investigators arrested and charged Colon with murder Thursday after police say she intentionally put alcohol into her 2-month-old baby's bottle, leading to the infant's death.
It's heartbreaking and maddening.
Last October, officers in Atlanta Fire Rescue responded to this apartment on Perry Boulevard for an unresponsive infant. The baby was rushed to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta at Scottish Rite, where he was pronounced dead. Police say there were no immediate signs of trauma, prompting an autopsy and toxicology testing. Court records showed the baby's blood alcohol concentration was 0.179, more than twice the legal limit for an adult. Doctors concluded the alcohol was ingested from a bottle, not passed through breast milk. Police say Colon told investigators she prepared the bottle the baby drank, but investigators say evidence shows alcohol was purposely placed into the bottle, causing alcohol poisoning and the baby's death. For other parents, this case is also a sobering reminder about the importance of asking for help.
Be vocal and just ask for help if you think you need help.
And we were in bond court this morning. Obviously, the judge denied bond because of the charge, but we know she's being represented by a public defender, but he declined to comment. We are live in Northwest Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Shalom. Giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in all truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. The house of David started with 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. Shalom. So as you saw, man, Eve done deleted her baby by putting alcohol in the baby's bottle, man. And that's how, you know, that's the state of the majority of our women right now, the Israelite women, especially the women of the Southern Kingdom, the so-called Negro, Haitian, and West Indian woman, man. You know, women of the Southern Kingdom. Now, all women too, you know, Northern Kingdom women too, but especially, you know, the so-called nigger woman, man. You know, the so-called Negro, the so-called black woman. All right, because this is just cruel, man. I mean, now, of course, we know, you know, the scripture says in pursuing the Job 4:7, no one perishes being innocent. So the Lord had this happen for as judgment upon that baby. But, you know, damn, Eve. You know, and I know, like I said, I know the Lord had this happen. There's no free will, but this goes to show you that, hey, the Israelite woman, man, you know, because there's a saying that the most dangerous place for a baby is in the womb of a so-called black woman, you know, and as well as, you know, being born to one, man, being an infant, being a toddler. You know, to a black woman, because these women, man, they're wanton, they're undisciplined, they're harlots, they're whores. You know, all they want to do is go out and party every weekend, drink, you know, because she's probably a drunkard. You see her picture right here, you know, Omarilyn Colon, you know. So this is the state of the majority of our women, man, 2/3 of the Israelite women, man, you know. You saw in the clip, but I got the article pulled up here. I'll read some of a little bit of it. It says Atlanta mom faces murder charges accused of feeding her baby alcohol from a bottle. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office found baby Nova's blood alcohol was 0.179, and that's high, man. All right. It says an Atlanta mother has been charged with murder after investigators found she had fed her 2-month-old infant alcohol from a baby bottle, according to court documents. According to the arrest affidavit, Atlanta police and fire found the child named Baby Nova unconscious in his home in the 2200 block of Perry Boulevard Northwest on October 15th, 2025. So this goes back to 2025. All right, last year. The baby, who showed no signs of physical injuries, died a short time later at the hospital. Man. All right. I'll read on down. It says, when interviewed by investigators, O'Marilyn Colon denied giving her baby alcohol, claiming she fed him a half bottle of formula. Come on now, you know that's a lie. You know Eve knew exactly what she was doing. The baby was probably crying, or, you know, she probably had something she was trying to do and she just wanted to shut the baby up, man. So she put some liquor in there, figuring it'll shut the baby up, and she ended up killing the baby, man. You know, as the scriptures say, thou shalt not do no murder. That's in the law. Thou shalt not kill. All right. It says, however, the medical examiner and emergency room doctors determined that alcohol was in the bottle and caused by Baby Nova's death, according to the arrest affidavit. So yeah, man, Eve has become cruel to her children, man. You know, they love the world. They love being out partying, you know, being harlots, chasing riding the carousel. It's crazy, man. Let's start in, of course, we got to start with Lamentations. What's that? The 4th chapter. This is Lamentations chapter 4. And I'll start at the top. Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, and daughters of that, for that matter, all right, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hand of potters? And one scripture said, I think it's in Jeremiah, it says, how is the gold, so like I'm thinking about Jeremiah the 2nd chapter, where the Lord said he planted us a noble vine, but thou become strange and degenerate. All right. You know, so this is what has become of 2/3 of our people. The scriptures say the gold and silver has become dross. All right, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah also, man. All right, but this is the point. Lamentations 4:3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. And that's what you saw with this Eve, man. Or Marilyn Colon, man, killed the baby by putting liquor in her own 2-month-old child, man. You know, how cruel can you be? You know, man. You know, it's comparing them to the ostriches in the wilderness, because ostriches, they'll bury their eggs and forget about them, man. All right. So, and that's what has become of 2/3 of our women, of Israelite women, man. Israelite women. You know, cruel to their children. They put their children off on any and everybody they can so they can go do their bullshit, man. All right. So our women are cruel to their children, man. All right. Verse 4, Lamentations 4:4. The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. They did feed delicately, Salakia, they that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets, that they were brought up in scarlet embraced dunghills. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. So our women have become cruel to their children, man. You know, come on, you gonna kill your 2-month-old child? Put liquor in the baby bottle? You didn't do that on accident, man. You knew exactly what you were doing to do something like that. You know, you're supposed to love your children and be nurturing, man. You know, as the scriptures say, let's go there. What's that? Titus. the second chapter. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2. I'll start at verse 3. Titus 2 and 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. This the point. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. So you supposed to love your children, man. Not neglect them, not be cruel to them, not abuse them. All right. You know. So you supposed to love your children, man. You women, man, you're the nurturers. You're the caregivers, man. You know. The father is the disciplinarian, man. The mother is especially supposed to be nurturing, you know, soft with their children, especially infants, babies, toddlers, you know, caring, nurturing, you know, delicate with your children, man. Not cruel, not neglectful, not abusive. And sure not deleting your children, man. All right. Children are a blessing, man, from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's go get that. Let's go to Psalms 127. Psalms 127, and I'll start at verse 3. Psalms 127 and 3. Lo, children are inheritors of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. So children come from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Children are a blessing, man. You know how many women out there that wish they can bear children, but they can't, man? Their womb is shut up. All right. Read in the scriptures, man, how women that couldn't bear children, it was a shame to them, man. Women longed to have children in the ancient world when you read the scriptures, man. Israelite women, they longed and yearned to have children, man, especially a man child, especially a boy. All right, but you women today, man, you Israelite women, you're the number one leader, all right, in abortions, all right. You know, you neglect your children, you're cruel to your children, you shun your children, man. That's what has become of our women, man, for the most part, man. You know, they've completely fallen. You know, the complete opposite of the kind of mothers that they should be, man. And of course, I'm not talking about all so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. This doesn't apply to the hopeful elect lady, of course. But 2/3 of our women, man, this is what you get. Women like this, man. All right. Verse 4. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Yeah, man. You know, newborns, infants, toddlers. You know, they're a blessing from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 5. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Yeah, man. You know, because that's where children come. I don't want to be too graphic, but children come from the nutsack of men, man. You know that the soul belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, of course, but children are born through the loins of men, you know. You know, happy is the man whose quiver is full of them, man, meaning, you know, sperm. You know, like I say, I don't want to be too graphic, but, you know, because children are a blessing. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, man. You know, so women, all right, and men, you're supposed to love your children, man. You know, and children are supposed to honor their father and mother, of course, as we're commanded to do, as the scriptures command us to do so, man. All right, so children are a blessing from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, but you have women like this, man. Where is it? Salakia. Oh, here we go. You got women, Israelite women like this, man. You know? And you, like I said, I ain't accused, I don't know, but she probably a drunkard. Probably sit around and drink, get drunk, go out and party. All right. They ain't supposed to be doing that, man. Matter of fact, let's close out with that. What's that? Proverbs. What's that? Proverbs 20. Proverbs 20. Yep, here it is. Proverbs 20 and 1. You see the subheading on life and conduct. Proverbs 20 and 1. Wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. So, hey, that wine, that alcohol, that strong drink, you know, drinking is not a sin, of course, but you got to do it in moderation. You can't overindulge, man, to the point where you're a drunkard. You have those wrongful spirits, those demons on you from drinking too much wine and strong drink, man. You're supposed to drink in moderation, man, you know. So, hey, man, you know, this is just another account of how our women have become cruel to their children. Like the scriptures say, like the ostriches in the wilderness, man. All right. So this is the times that we're in, man. Mothers are deleting their children, man, because these women, like I said, man, you know, especially the so-called Negro woman, man, they want to be out here partying and, you know, hot girl summer, being harlots, whores up and down the street, riding the carousel. So they neglect their children, man. You know? So, hey, man, our women have become cruel, man. You know? And that's why, you know, a lot of our women are going to be put to death, you know, in Jacob's trouble, you know, when Yahushua returns, because they're out of order, man. They want to be over the man they think they're equal to and better than men, you know. They completely gotten straight away from their righteous road that the Lord has given them, man. Being keepers at home, loving, nurturing, you know, being the caregivers. You know, they want to be all over the place, out and about, running to and fro. So they got judgment coming, man. You know. So this is what's going on, man. I pray that this has been edifying to the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in all truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. The house of David, starting with 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. A Bible ball. Shalom.